mastermind over here.
Good afternoon. This is Daryl LeBear and Yasir Roseman on your telecast today. It's going to be a little different. We got two color guys, not a play-by-play guy. I will try my best to do play-by-play, but I have never done that before. So looking forward to the challenge. But we do have two great basketball minds in the building today, and we will try not to be our regular critical selves and be positive with the play that we see today. So Yasir,
Yes.
I know you're a little bit more familiar with TSF, but give us a little bit of a breakdown of what you're looking for and what you're excited to see today.
Well, I just want to see guys compete. I'm a big guy. I'm big on competition. I want to see these two teams compete. Probably not many college coaches in here, but you got two former, well, really two coaches, really two former college coaches at high major level. So I want to see these guys compete because I want to be able to help some of these guys out.
For sure.
Maybe help some of these guys get, whether it's Division I, Division II, NAIA, or high major, mid major, low major. Help these guys get a scholarship.
And I think everybody gets caught up in the level, but to me, it's most important to go to a school situation and coaching situation, regardless of level, that makes the most sense for you. Give me kind of your thoughts and your ideas on that.
No doubt. I think you go where you play, where you're going to play. I think
Exactly.
a lot of guys look at the name of the school and, obviously with this social media stuff and guys, you have guys that go high major, but you got to go to a place where you're going to go play, where you're comfortable with, not what your parents are comfortable with, what you're comfortable with,
So
where you're going to be
you just hit the nail on the head there.
and where you're going to play.
All right, so we got the starting lineups for Combine Academy. We got number 1, Daytalion Brown. Number 3, Rajon Blackwell. Number 4, Toya Solomon. Number 5, Josh Ado. Number 21, Jordan Black. Combine is wearing the black uniform with the green and white trim going to from left to right. For TSF, we have starting number 23, Jordan Wilmore. He is headed to Missouri. We got number 30, Kai Soto. Kind of up in the air if he's going to end up going to college or if he's going to go pro or if he's going to stay next year. We'll delve a little deeper into that as the day goes on. We have number 11, Kenny Burns, who played at Wheeler, now is over at TSF. We have number 4, Darren Patrick. And we have number 10, Jalen Galloway. And they are wearing white with the black trim going from right to left. Big fella right there with the jump hook. Talk to us a little bit about I think he caught your eye when we walked in the gym.
He's huge, Coach. He is huge. He is a big fella.
Yes, he
I'd
is.
like to see how he changed the ends of the floor and how he, established some post presence here. With TSF having these two bigs over 7 foot, I would imagine they're going to do a lot of going inside against this team. But these guys going to have to get back in transition because it looks like Combine came to play and they look like they want to get up and down.
They do, and if I'm Combine and I'm smaller, I want to make the game up-tempo and play fast pace and see if these big guys, like you said, can they change ends of the floor? Can they guard in the pick and roll? Can we beat them down the court? So it's going to be interesting, who's going to impose whose will on the other one. Traveling violation on Kenny Burns right there. Looked like he got caught in the air. Didn't know if he wanted to pass it or if he wanted to shoot it.
Okay, we got a little press here, Coach. Let's see how Combine handles this press.
Interesting pressing with the 2 7-footers.
Yeah. Good cut.
Nice cut, nice pass. 21 has made 2 really good plays for Combine. That's Jordan Black. He's a 2020 6'7" forward. Nice cut by number 3. That's Rajon Blackwell. Got a couple Division II offers. Coach said he had 27 against Spartanburg Methodist, so he's a guy who's been playing pretty well for him.
Nice looking shot on number 5 there.
That's Josh Ado. He had 37 in the last game. He has 3 Division I offers. Bucknell, Holy Cross. Nice pass and finish to Kai Soto right there. You got to offer to Bucknell, Holy Cross, and Citadel. So Coach said Josh Ado is probably his best player and most consistent scorer.
Okay.
Little dribble handoff action at the top. Trying to see if Wilmore can guard off the dribble handoff.
I like this Jordan Black kid. He's aggressive this morning. This afternoon.
Long. Looks like he could be a big wing or he could be a 4 depending on what level he goes to. But he can, put the ball on the floor. He made a nice pass on a cut. He's given us a little bit of everything so far. And he should be a matchup problem because he has a 7-footer guarding him.
He does have a 7-foot guard. I want to see TSF see if they can come down here and get something established on the inside of the post. Maybe get to the foul line or Gonna get some easy baskets.
You know, what you would think, you know, when you have 2 7-footers is you would think, you know, guys are going to try to pound inside, go a little bit of high-low, maybe run some cross-screen action, see if they can get some switches with the little guy guarding the big guy, but definitely want to play at a slower tempo and play inside out.
No doubt. I mean, whatever switch they get with their size,
It's a-
they should be able to score. It's a mismatch.
With anybody in the gym. And it's hard to overthrow the 7-footer, too.
It is. It's tough pass, tough pass. Probably should have came off one more dribble. Usually when guys come off ball screens, they want to come off one dribble. You need to come off and try to attack to see what you got, and maybe you know, draw some help and maybe be able to get the roll guy.
Then you also stretch the big guy out so that when the dive happens, you can find out what's going on the weak side. Are they going to tag? You know, how are they going to guard that weak side action?
Good move.
I like Jordan Doe.
Yeah, Jordan Doe, not bad. Stepped out of bounds.
I see that happening more and more often at every level, even in the NBA. How do guys not recognize what part of the court they should be on?
Footwork, coach. Footwork.
I just don't remember that happening to me that much when I grew up.
Yeah. We weren't allowed to shoot as many threes as these guys. Now, I shot a lot of them, coach, but these guys, they
they take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, they putting it up these days. Wasn't a great possession there by TSF. They seem to be a little bit rushed and offensively, which they shouldn't be.
Quick jump shot by Darren Patchett right there. And, you know, what we talked about earlier was trying to get the ball inside and play inside out, and they haven't had the opportunity. They haven't shown the ability to do that yet. Nice deep three. That's the Italian Brown with the deep NBA three. Shot that with confidence, too. He did. Good rebound by the big fella. I would like to see him go up right there. Nice rebound by Josh Doe.
This combine team is really aggressive, coach.
And they're not intimidated at all. I think, you know, they probably heard the rumors of the 2 7-footers, and they have the guys going. You got a guy going to Missouri. You got a guy potentially going to the NBA. But I think they came in ready to compete and think they can come here and win this game today. Try to get the baseline drift. Good steal by Jalen. Now just slow it down and throw it inside.
Go score, big fella. Aggressive move by big fella there. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. See if we can get big fella established on the inside.
He actually has pretty good feet for a guy his size, too. I think Missouri got a good one. They got, you know, obviously it's a little raw, but when you can move and you have size and physicality, that's a good start.
Shot, Burns.
So Kenny Burns was a 2-guard primarily coming up, so it's interesting to see him try to play the point and make that, you know, see how his game is matured, because that's what he'll probably have to play at the college level, so this is going to really help him as he moves forward.
That's actually a good read by him. Guy went up on the screen, shot the shot, took his time.
I agree.
I've seen him have some really good games. But
He can get hot.
Yes. I've also seen him have some games where it seemed like he was rushing a little bit. It was trying to, you know, I think he's caught in between that. I need to be a point guard, 2-guard. You know, just sometimes you need to play and make the right plays.
Exactly. And especially with today's game, because you can be a scoring point guard. But, you know, anybody who just, like you said, makes the right play, whether it's to score or whether to make the pass, they can find value for you and get you on the court in some capacity.
Definitely.
That's Josh Doe on the offensive glass. Snuck in between the 2 7-footers and almost got the and one. He's to be at the line for 2 free throws. Makes the first. Combine's up 9-5, 15 minutes left in the second half. Or sorry, in the first half. Now they're going a little bit pressure. TSF handled that pretty well. Kenny Burns is doing a pretty good job running the point.
Great job. Great read there. Hit the lift guy off the ball screen.
And that's what Jalen Galloway does. He's a junior, about 6'5", and right now he's a one-trick pony. He looks to shoot a lot of threes. I think the adjustment he has to make is he has to get to using a shot fake as a weapon. So guys are going to try to run him off three-point line and then just use some of his athleticism and get to the rim because he actually is a pretty good athlete. Nice find by Kenny Burns right there in the corner for Jalen Galloway. That's that guy.
pass.
Just a good play overall.
Burns has made 3 straight good reads off the ball screen.
I agree. This is probably the most under control and best I've seen him play in this type of setting. Would you agree?
I would agree. I would agree. I like what he's doing out here. He's established himself as the point guard on this team, and it looks like he's trying to run the team. He's looking to score and looking to get others involved.
Just looks poised and under control, though. Nice pass with the right hand, a lefty.
Kick.
We'll take that shot. That's a good basketball, though.
Great basketball. TSF, great basketball. Look, it seems like TSF has got themselves under control, and now they're getting, they're getting something established here on the offensive end.
They are, because earlier at that combine, they kind of came in here and took the momentum, took the fight to them. But now they've slowed and settled down, and they're kind of getting the shots that they want to get. Probably a little too perimeter from me and you.
Yeah.
But they are getting good shots, though. They like this little action here. And that's why a lot of people like Kai Soto, because he can pop out and shoot the ball from the perimeter as well. What have you seen in Kai?
You know what? Really, really skilled. Obviously, I would like to see him change ends of the floor, establish himself a little bit more defensively. Right there, he had a tough rebound, which I haven't seen him do
area.
well. He rebounded out his area. Usually he'll just, get the rebounds that come to him. So, I mean, he has a great skill package.
And a lot of length that you just can't teach. I mean, that's a tough shot right there, kind of coming off of a screen, going the opposite direction for a left-handed shooter and knocking that down. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good, Coach.
Nice hands by Jalen Galloway. Good block by the big fella and the stare down at the end.
I think TSF has woke up, Coach.
Yes, they have. And Jordan Black, who was getting a lot done early, we'll see if that block kind of intimidates him and slows him down. He has to continue to be aggressive going against a 7-footer. Ball swung to Rajon Blackwell.
Good pass.
Nice kick. Joshua Doe's got to finish that underneath. A lot of size and length in there today, though.
Good penetration, good pass against his own.
He seems very under control. He's a smaller point guard, but he seems to have a good feel for the game, knows how to get to his spots, and then when he gets in there, he's looking to create openings for his teammates instead of scoring for himself, and I like to see that out of a point guard, which is rare nowadays.
Yeah, he seems to be one of those guys that are a throwback point guard. Really looking to set the team up, really looking to make the right play, get others involved.
Joshua Doe makes the first. Second shot coming up. He's lived at the free throw line so far today. As we talked about earlier, he's been their most consistent scorer. Has a nice looking stroke.
Oh.
Pressure paid off. Nice move and good pass. Good shot right there from Italian Brown. He must be a three-point specialist. Kind of running to that three-point line. Good pass by Kenny Burns. Kai's got to finish that. That's why I want to see the next level for him is smaller guys around the rim. He should just better jump over top of them and finish that play. You see as a replay right here, Kenny Burns, good hard drive to the left. Nice find. Kai's got a 5'11" point guard. I mean, he's got to finish that.
Got to finish that play. Got to finish that play. He got fouled down low, but he still has to finish that play. He has a great looking stroke.
Ooh, like a guard, doesn't it?
Yes, looks good.
And he's lefty, so I always think that gives you an advantage. It puts me in the mind of like a Sam Perkins type guy. When you're a big guy who's a lefty that can shoot it, I think it makes you dangerous.
Coach, you took us back with Sam Perkins, Coach.
Sometimes I date myself. I don't know a young lefty that can shoot it that's a big right now, though.
Yeah, me either. I'll take Sam Perkins, Coach.
So we had a little token press right here by TSF just to kind of control tempo. We are playing with the shot clock here today, a 24-second shot clock.
Which I love, by the way. Great move. Great move. We
talked about the Italian Brown earlier as a three-point shooter, but right there he showed the ability to get to the rim and finish with his left hand. Getting back to the shot clock, I think it's tremendous. I think 24 might be a little too short of a shot clock for the young guys. I would like to see him play at 30, like college. But nice drive and kick by Kenny Burns right there to Jalen, who's knocked down his third three of the game.
I'm impressed with Burns so far, Coach.
Played well.
He's made some great plays today.
And Jalen Galloway, who is one of the best juniors in the class that a lot of people don't talk about because he's playing at the Skills Factory. He's not on the regular high school circuit. But I would say if he was playing in the public school league, Georgia high school, with that size and length and ability to shoot the ball, he probably would have a little bit more buzz around his name.
I would agree with you, Coach. I would agree because I've seen him on several occasions, and what he really can do is shoot the ball. And as you know, in college, when you got a guy that can shoot the ball, it really helps you win ball games.
Especially if you have size and length and the ability to be able to get that shot off at the next level as well.
Exactly. Especially with the way guys are playing now, spacing the floor. Everybody's trying to play 4 out, 1 in, and he's a guy that
Sometimes
definitely can
5
space.
out, Coach.
Sometimes 5 out. You know, I watched Alabama and LSU, and I didn't see anybody in the paint the other day. I was like, Jesus.
On either team.
Yes. I'm like, man, is anybody going to get a layup?
You know, that's what the game's going to. And, you know, all big guys have always wanted to be guards, but it was discouraged. We always forced them to get down there and play around the rim, but now it's encouraged. You know, everybody wants everybody, you know, the big guys to be able to handle the ball, put it on the floor, make reads and passes and shoot the ball. I think KG probably was the beginning of that. A guy, you know, a big guy who was a 7-footer who could shoot the ball from the perimeter. And now it's expanded where you got Kevin Durant, who's a true wing at 6'10", 6'11".
Coach, I remember KG. But even KG, we only let him he only got to shoot it to the elbow. Coach.
I agree.
He was not shooting the 3.
I agree. I agree. Towards the end of his career, maybe, but yes, I agree. And people were still mad about that.
Yeah. Oh, he need to get in the post.
Now if somebody shoots a back to the basket, turnaround jump shot, or jump hook, everybody looks confused.
Hey, man.
I still think it's a place for that in the game. I think, you know, everything goes in cycles, and I think it's going to come back around where the true big will come back around because I still, to my heart, believe basketball should be played inside out.
No doubt, Coach. No doubt. They would call us old school. You know, I'm a little bit of both. You know, I went to Oregon. We was just run and gun, but we also did try to establish a post presence early on in the game because you got to try to get to the foul line. You know, you got to win the foul line game.
Have to.
You know, if you don't get to the foul line, you're not attacking the rim. You know, you're not getting free throws, points from the free throw line. It's hard to win basketball games.
At the highest level. 2 free throws by Josh Ado right there, who again has lived at the free throw line. I think that makes 6 made free throws for him already. 21-16 TSF, 11-28 in the first half left. Surprisingly, the shot clock hasn't bothered these guys. They're getting into their sets, and their action's pretty good. Both coaches have done a good job with these teams.
They are. I love to see.
Great pass by Kai Soto.
Great,
big time.
Great read. Great call, Coach, out of the timeout. I like it.
And I really like the way Jalen Galloway went back door and finished that with 2 hands off of 1 foot.
He did.
I'm telling you, Coach, I don't know if it's just this setting or, you know, what's going on, but Jalen Galloway has been really, really impressive tonight.
Been impressive. Couple finishes, couple threes.
3 threes.
3 threes. I like it. I've been impressed with the big fella, too, Soto.
I have, too. Extremely skilled and has a good feel for the game as well. Nice, simple play by Kenny Burns.
Oh, good take.
That's Chin Hao Mei. He's a 2020 guard, 6'5". Nice drive. Could have forced the 3 out the corner, but a nice shot fake, got to the rim, and finished with a nice little runner.
After struggling early on, Coach TSF is taking this lead, and they're trying to expand this thing.
Good timeout by Combine Academy. Like you said, TSF has all the momentum. Coach Steve Jekowitz, great timeout by him, trying to settle his guys down. Hopefully he can try to get them to speed the tempo up. He's going to have some kind of pressure package, some kind of trapping package, because TSF is just too big and can score the ball down here. So if you can't force them and to play faster and turn them over, it's going to be a long game.
I think Combine's struggling a little bit in defensive transition. You know, obviously the shots are not bad, but when you miss shots, you got to get back. Got to get back in transition. TSF has gotten a couple transition buckets, easy transition buckets that you can't give up and try to win the ball game.
Especially when you're the smaller team. That's the other thing you'll have to be able to do. Because they're so big on the inside, it's going to be hard to finish at the rim. You're going to have to make perimeter shots.
They are, and I think that's why TSF is in his zone. You know, they started out man-to-man, and I think they figured, ooh, great read, great pass.
Big fella's got to finish that.
TSF guards are doing a good job of making plays and making the right plays.
And that time, that was Darren Patrick with a nice drive and kick, and then he was patient when he got the ball back, didn't force it. Big fella, you can see he's still raw. Got to get a little bit of motor on him, but he doesn't have a bad touch. It's kind of like he's just kind of figuring out his niche and what he does well.
Yeah, he still looks like he's still trying to figure it out.
Josh Ado with a missed 3. Rebound by Chin Maho. They are letting big fella handle the ball out and do some dribble handoffs, which is going to be good for his development. And now he's just got to be dunking these around the rim.
Oh, got to touch that big fella. It's okay. He's struggling. It's okay. It's all right, big fella.
Now get back. Keep playing.
Combine had numbers. They got to try to score in transition, get some easy buckets. Not let TSF get set up, because once TSF gets set up in their zone, it's hard to score.
They're just too big.
Yeah.
And that was a easy opportunity that they kind of wasted right there. Baseline out of bounds. Ball swinging around. We got 52 just subbed into the game. We don't have a jersey number on him.
Good looking shot.
Who knocked that down, Coach?
That was our guy. Rajon Blackwell.
Rajon Blackwell.
Yeah.
Smart little player.
Yeah. You said Coach said he's been playing pretty well the last couple games. Had 27
He did.
last outing, right?
Yes, he did. Spartanburg Methodist.
Come on, big fella. Get up.
That's what we want to see out of the big fella. With a little anger and aggression, too, didn't he?
I like it. I like it. Throw it down, big fella.
Again, that's number 23, Jordan Wilmore. He is headed to Missouri. Was out at Mount Zion Prep last year. Josh Ado has shown us a little bit of everything. He does good footwork, uses his shot fake well, hasn't shot the ball well from the perimeter, but he's gotten into the paint, got to the foul line, also made some good passes when he got around the rim.
He seems to be a pretty good player. I would say he's probably low major player. You said the Citadel.
You had Holy Cross, Citadel, and Bucknell have all offered.
Wow, Bucknell.
Bucknell's a good program.
Oh, you know what that means? That means
high
smart.
academic kid.
Must be a high.
3.8 GPA.
Okay, makes sense.
Rajon with another open look from three. He's got to knock that down. And this is the defensive transition you're talking about. They got to get back and set their defense quicker. Because TSF is driving them and making the right passes. That's the kind of turnovers that Combine's going to need if they want to stay in the game.
Got to finish this play.
Okay, and that's what we wanted to see right there. Josh with a little athleticism.
I like that. Sneaky athletic.
I didn't expect that, Coach.
Neither did I.
Now they're in a man-to-man. Got a little bit more energy. But I think they got to trap these ball screen situations right there. That's Chin Hamo. Come up and knock down a three. He's already made a nice floater and a three.
Tough shot.
Yeah, probably a force by Josh right there trying to go at Jordan Wilmore. He's too big. I wouldn't try to go on him one-on-one in that situation. Maybe get him something on the move. And this is where they got to score. They got to first force turnovers and then get out and run and try to score in transition. That's probably another force by Josh. He's their scorer, though, but he's got to be a little bit more patient with his shot selection. Yeah,
got to get better shots. If you want to get back into this game, they got to get better shots.
Three by Chin. Missed it. Nice kick. That's number one. Donovan Grant. He's a 2020 6'5" wing. Knocking down a nice standstill three.
Okay.
Combine answers back. That's number 24, Emmanuel Prosper with the three from straight away.
Back-to-back threes. Can't have fouls in the backcourt.
And they're trying to pressure them, but they've only forced one turnover that I can remember. I remember Josh Ado got a turnover off the inbounds pass. For the most part, TSF has done a good job handling the pressure package and also turning it into easy baskets. So they either probably need to go into a different press or they got to keep the tempo fast, though, so I don't think they can come out of it.
No, they have to. There's no way that they could slow this game down and win with the size of TSF. And
unfortunately, I think they have a short bench, too, so that makes it a little bit difficult on them as well.
But they'll be able to get back in the game with the shot clock, with 24-second shot clock.
Could have been enough possessions, right?
No doubt.
That's another tough shot by Donovan Grant. Nice fadeaway. I mean, Kai's comfortable getting the defensive rebound and pushing tempo.
He is. He seems to be in much better shape than from the earlier this season. Earlier this season when I saw him, he looked like he was a little bit out of shape, but he seems to be rounded into shape, and he looks like a big-time player. He's definitely a high-major basketball player.
No question about it. When you got a kid that's 7 foot, can shoot the ball from the perimeter and can handle the ball, especially the way the game is played today. I mean, high major programs are looking for guys like that because you can do so many different things with them. High ball screen with Kenny Burns and SOTTO right here. They're switching everything, so he has a mismatch. Nice pass by Jalen Galloway. Having a little difficulty getting that shot clock to stop and reset, but young fella's over there giving it his best effort.
He's trying over there, man. He's trying.
He is.
He's definitely not a shot clock expert. I actually think that's one of the TSF players. He must be out injured.
He is. I think that is that
The guard.
Rico Holloman.
No, that's not him.
But he's injured. They said that's why he's not playing. They twisted his ankle a couple days ago.
Okay. I've been reading on Twitter where he had a couple of big games, so I was kind of excited to see him today. But he's been having some ankle issues all year.
Yep. And then also 2 other guys from TSF have gone on to college. Markeith Browning has gone on to Coffeyville Community College. And then Kobe, I can't remember what his last name is. Nice pass and finish right there to Jordan. Has gone on to UAB.
Okay. Oh, good finish. Good finish.
Nice finish by Matt Davis in transition.
That's how you attack a press, coach.
And they've been doing it all night. Oh. I think he tried to bounce it off his head to go out of bounds, but it ended up staying in bounds there. And 52, who we do not have a name on, I think he has a different jersey than he normally wears, drove it strong to the basket and was able to get fouled at the rim.
I think the referee told him to come out.
And he's not listed as well, but the coach gave me his information. He normally plays on the other team, but because of the injuries, they brought him up. That's number 5, Marshall Robertson for TSF. I think he normally plays on the high school team. He's playing with the national team today.
Okay. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like the referee told him to take him out. Make sure he's not. I think he's over there getting a concussion test.
Yeah, I think he's all right, though. Everything is a concussion nowadays.
Everything is a concussion.
I am about player safety, though.
Oh, good establishment in the post. Good seal, great pass.
Seal. Terrific pass by Kenny Burns, who again has played high-level point guard basketball today, and I'm happy to see him doing this.
I am too. I've been impressed with him today. Really, really impressed.
I think that foul was on Emmanuel Prosper. No, that wasn't Emmanuel. That was Jordan Black. Athletic block right there, because I thought that was for sure going to be a dunk for SOTTO. He had Rajon Blackwell buried in the post up under the rim.
Deep position, coach. Deep position.
Should have been a dunk, but we'll take the strong finish. And then, as you know, he's a great free throw shooter. Nice touch. TSF has stayed in this 2-2-1. They don't mind playing an up-tempo game.
Great shot.
That's Jordan Black again. Just started out aggressive and then kind of settled in, but now he's starting to take advantage of his mismatch with the 2-7.
Oh!
That looked like an NBA player there. He caught it outside the three-point line, took 2 steps and finished with the right hand. Statue of Liberty dunk.
Pretty good, coach.
Nice finish. That's Emmanuel Prosper there. Nice finish, aggressive take to the rim. That's the one thing for the size and the length of the guys at TSF. They're not really big-time shot blockers.
Not at all. Not at all. I think they're kind of guys, they're not very, very athletic. They're big, but not athletic. So I think that's the reason why TSF is in his zone, because I don't think those guys will be able to cover out on the perimeter, especially with Combine being as small as they are.
And that was Jalen Galloway with a nice drive and finish at the mid-range jump shot. He's played really well today as well. That's Jordan Brown again, who's found a way to score around the rim. He's not intimidated by the size at all.
Oh.
Nice shot fake.
Oh.
And the foul.
Coach, SOTTO is very impressive today. Very, very impressive.
Has the skill set of a wing, but he's 7 foot and he's lefty.
Coach, that's a big-time move. You know, pump fake at the 3, get to the paint, be under control.
Finish with your weak hand too.
Finish with the weak hand. Take the contact.
If he's from the United States with this skill set and was coming up on the circuit, I'm pretty sure he'd be a top 20, top 30 guy.
Coach, I'm thinking maybe top 10 with the way he played today.
I agree. I think that's hard to argue with, Coach. I just know that everybody would be after him.
No doubt. I'm going to call a couple people today and be like, I don't know what his situation is, you know, because I've heard some things just like you about him going pro. But
You need to look into it and find out.
I think I will, Coach, because he's a guy that would definitely be on my radar once I get another job, Coach.
I hear that. Makes the game a lot easier when you got big guys who can make plays, whether it's shooting the ball from the perimeter or putting the ball on the floor. Great hustle effort right here on the sideline. I think, did we end up with a jump ball?
No, I think Combine got a timeout over here on the sideline.
So we end up getting the ball. So we got ball going on the short sideline down here. Combine ball down 14, 4:24 left in the first half. This has been an exciting, high-paced, high-scoring first half game.
Definitely has, Coach. I'm trying to wonder, you know, I've been talking about defense lately. Maybe it's just the 24-second shot clock, Coach. Maybe you can't play defense for 24 seconds because these guys are putting some points up today.
There's also just so many possessions because you can't hold the ball. You know, decisions have to be made quicker. So, you know, just with the length of time that you have to make a play and the skill level of guys, it probably does make it a little bit more difficult. I think also, you know, you can't hand check and play as physical as we did growing up. So if you can't play physical, you can't hand check, and you got more possessions, probably leads to more points.
Yeah, tough to play defense that way, Coach, especially with some of the speed and athleticism in the game today. These guys are, whew. I mean, we had some guys, but it was a few. Now it seems like everybody is quick and can jump.
Just like in the highlight we just saw, Josh Ado coming down the middle with the nice dunk that we saw earlier. He's a 6'3", 6'4" wing. You know, back in the day, 6'3", 6'4" guys are coming down shooting floaters in that situation. Now they're dunking it.
Over the rim, Coach.
Everybody's head above the rim.
TSF is huge in his zone.
It looked like a zone, but then they end up going man.
Great read off the ball screen.
Jordan Brown rushed that a little bit, I think, just to the size, and the length in there bothered him. He tried to rush it. TSF with the foul in the backcourt. Got Darren Patrick taking it out. Kenny Burns running the point.
A little pressure here.
Going to a horns action.
Great aggressive defense by Combine.
And that's what they got to do if they want to win the game. And that was number 10, Dorian Hill with the steal and finish. But you can't blink an eye because they're down here and they're passing the ball to SOTTO, and he's so skilled, he's up under the rim, laying it up with his right hand.
Defensive transition, Coach. Got to get back in defensive transition. I think that's the toughest thing to teach to young kids.
I agree.
Transition.
Turnover, we got Kenny Burns. Transition,
Great
nice
pass.
kick. What a find. He's made good decisions all night, Coach.
Coach, I know he's still out there searching for a scholarship, Coach. I definitely be calling some guys about him today because this is the best I've seen him play.
I wasn't sure that he could play the point guard, but after watching this, I feel pretty comfortable that he's at worst a combo that can get you spot minutes at the point, and he might be a full-time point from what we've seen today.
Coach, what that shows me is that he's worked. I mean, obviously that's what you do when you come to a prep school. When you get that extra year, I got to finish that. When you get that extra year, you want to see guys get better.
Exactly.
And I think he's used his extra year of high school or prep school or whatever you want to call it, and he's gotten better.
It also seems like he's studying the game because he's just making better decisions.
Exactly.
That was a little careless pass right there, though. I think we talked him up.
A lot of layups missed, Coach. That's 2 layups missed.
Can't miss those when you're down 17 because Kai's not missing that.
Oh,
yes,
that's the third one.
He's just so skilled, though.
Yeah, he's very skilled, Coach. Great hands. 1-on-3 here.
Good decision not to go up on the 7-footer. Combine, they're just a little out of sync right now. I mean, they're down 19 with 3 minutes left in the first half. Josh Ado, their lead scorer, is not playing. Coach is trying to get his starters back in now. He tried to get some other guys some minutes to kind of give his guys a break, but Skills Factory team is just too skilled for that. Got a little bit of a mix-up with SOTTO on a ball screen situation. Got a little testy, but guys, you know, kept composed.
Nothing wrong with a little competition, Coach. A little competition. come by and trying to make a comeback. They need to do something.
They got to show some fight and some toughness. That was number 10, Dorian Hill, got tangled up with SOTTO at the top of the three-point line and a ball screen, but cooler heads prevailed. The referees did a good job slowing everything down, and fortunately, there were no issues for either team. Kenny Burns coming up a high ball screen with Jordan Wilmore. Nice crossover into it. Jordan Wilmore has actually rebounded the ball and pursued it out of his area, kicked it back to Kenny Burns for 3.
Kenny Burns.
Playing well.
Turn around and see if it's some college coaches here today.
They should be.
If it's some college coaches here today, they need to be talking about Kenny Burns because he's played well.
Oh, nice pass. Oh,
great pass.
We didn't see that.
Good job of breaking the press.
Excellent pass over the top. And then that was Darren Patrick with the athletic finish at the rim. He's going to have to do more of that tonight.
Def, he looks like he has the body and looks like he seems to be athletic, coach. He need to get a little bit more done.
I agree. Josh Adola just has not been able to make any shots from the perimeter. And Jordan Wilmore is just too big. Great block right there underneath the rim. Right idea, though. Kenny probably had to get all the way to the corner, give him a little bit better angle for that pass.
Defensive transition, coach.
See what kind of decision he makes. Stops for 3.
I don't know about that decision, coach.
I agree with you. Probably want to get something at the rim in that situation. They had the advantage, and you had a 7-footer running down. Probably a little too deep right there, but I think that's what he does, is shoot the ball from the perimeter. Donovan Grant, number 1 for TSF, has been active as well. Jordan Wilmore with the offensive rebound, finish with the left hand. He's been able to, he's tried to use both hands around the rim. He's not intimidated by that. You know, I think me and you would probably like to see him power through and dunk some of those, but maybe that'll come with time and maturation.
Well, obviously, coach, you know, he's over here at TSF right now. I think he got over here late because in the beginning of the year I didn't see him, or maybe he wasn't playing, or maybe he was trying to get some eligibility stuff taken care of. But he doesn't look to be in quite mid-season shape yet. But I think once he rounds into shape, coach, he can be a problem.
And Quanzo Martin has done a good job with his bigs over there in Missouri, and you know he's going to get guys in shape and they'll be physically ready. So that could be half the battle for him.
But one thing, he looks like he's a physical presence.
I
one
agree.
thing about Quanzo Martin team, they're going to be physical.
They're going to beat you up. It's going to feel like a football game.
It's going to be a football game, coach. You better be ready to go on the comeback. What's the little pass that they will now? You better have some of them on the little body pass
all
and the
on your legs, on your chest, all that.
You need to have it when you go to play Missouri, coach.
Turnover force right here. See if Josh Adola, nice pass with the left hand. He's got to make that.
Foul on the box out.
I really like this Josh Adola kid. He can do a lot of things. That was D'Italian Brown with the three-point attempt right there, and I think he's a sniper. He's made 2 deep threes, but he's also missed 2 right now that they need him to make. They're down 22 with under a minute left in the first half.
Oh.
That's Toya Solomon with the missed 3.
See a lot of guys without numbers taking three-point shots, coach, in transition. I know that's where the game is going to, but you also got to have numbers, at least so you can have some guys down there to rebound.
And play your game. If that's not your game, then don't take that shot. That's Jalen Galloway. He's got to be close to 20 points because he's made 4 threes, got a couple finishes in transition. He's played really well today.
Yes, he has, coach.
Dorian Hill with the drive. Got fouled in transition on a little bit of a floater. Got the replay right here. Rajon Blackwell drove in, ran into a brick wall.
Got a little too deep, coach. Got a little too deep.
Then we got Jalen Galloway by himself. Nice, easy finish in transition.
Now, his dad went to Georgia State, didn't he?
I'm not sure.
I think his dad went to Georgia State. I remember, you know, I think he was around about our time when we were playing, when we were going over to the run and shoot. Daddy could really, really jump.
Okay, nice.
Have big-time hops. Now, not sure. I know you coached at Georgia State for a long time, helped to win a lot of championships, and not sure if he's on the wall over there, but I think he did go to Georgia State for a little while. I don't know if he was there his full time, but I think he was there.
Okay, I'm going to look into that. That would make sense. He's actually a pretty good athlete as well.
Yeah, as he showed on that dunk.
Yep. 2 seconds left. Combine going to length of the court. I really thought it should have been TSF ball. I think there's a little confusion by the referees right there. Yep.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Nope. The parents tried to talk him into it, but the ref stuck with his guns. They need some momentum or something positive to happen going into the half.
Oh! At the half, Coach, we got 62-38. It's
Looks
gonna
like
be
an NBA score.
Coach, it's gonna be a tough hill to climb for Combine.
I would agree. I would agree. Great first half, though. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far here on DSUV2 TV, 62 TSF, 38 Combine Academy. We'll be back for more action in the second half. We're back in action at NYO at the Skills Factory. Looking forward to this second half and interested to see if Combine Academy will be able to force some more turnovers and slow this Skills Factory offense down. What did you see in the first half, Coach, and what are you looking forward to seeing in the second half?
Coach, I want to see if Combine can chip into this league and see what they do to chip into this league. For TSF, I just want them to sustain what they've been doing. They've done a good job. Their guards have done a good job of getting the ball in the post and making the right reads in transition, making the right reads in the ball screen. They've made their free throws. So TSF has played a complete game. I want to see if Combine can compete and get back in this thing, though.
I think it's going to be hard, but I'm hoping that they do just for our pure enjoyment.
You got to finish that. That's a great attack from the wing.
That's where his advantage is.
Exactly. I think that's how you got to attack the big fella. You got to get him out there, get him in space, and try to drive by him and see if you can finish the play.
And that's Jordan Black with that drive, and his advantage is kind of being more
great pass.
Is that Kenny Burns again?
Yeah, Kenny Burns again, Coach.
He's so under control and poised today. And then Kai with the great hands. He catches everything around the rim. Would have liked to seen him show a little bit more explosiveness on the finish, but what a great catch in transition. In traffic, which is difficult.
Nothing like a big fella that makes his free throws, Coach.
I'm not sure he's missed one today.
I haven't seen him miss many shots, Coach. I think he missed the dunk, but he got it back and finished the play.
With the right hand early in the first half.
Big-time player, Coach. If he could get, obviously in better shape and change ends of the floor better, he's got a chance, Coach.
And then just get his body stronger, too, because he's going to have to defend bigger physical guys the higher level that he goes.
Definitely. He's probably going to have to defend on the perimeter where the game is going now, so he's got to be able to move his feet.
And then be able to take a bump at the rim. Josh Ado with the nice dribble moves.
Oh, good pass. Stepped out of bounds.
Jordan Black caught a little too deep. Did try to finish out, let it go. Coach is urging him to get right back into his pressure package. Don't worry about that. Move on to the next play.
You got to try to see if they can get some turnovers, Coach, and get some easy buckets. There's one right there.
Rajon Blackwell has done a great job in the press, and Josh Ado is going to have to make some threes. That's the only chance they got. He's going to have to.
Coach, he's missed some wide open ones.
And he expects to make them, too, you can tell. And he's played with great energy, great effort. He's made a lot of good plays, but he has not been able to find his touch from three.
TSF needs the outlet guy on this press. The two guards up here, they're screening for each other. Combine is switching it, so they need a guy from the back court to come up and try to be a relief man.
A press release.
Exactly.
And Darren Patrick kind of is left on his own right there, and he ends up turning the ball over. Rajon Blackwell with the deep NBA three, right back into his pressure package. Good hands by Blackwell. Nice kick to Jalen Galloway, though. And that's Darren Patrick all over the glass. Looked really long and athletic on that rebound. Unfortunately, lost the ball out of bounds.
Coach, this is a big trip for Combine. See if they can get a little bit of momentum.
Early sub, Jordan Black got out the game. Emmanuel Prosper checks in for Combine Academy. Looks like they're in some kind of open motion offense. With Tagging Brown with the mystery.
I'm not understanding. TSF has gone man-to-man coming out of halftime here.
And the zone was great.
The zone was great, and Combine's not doing a good job of attacking the bigs. They got to attack.
Good pass.
They got numbers here. Got to make those shots. Got to make open shots.
Have to. Great play by Josh Ado, though.
Can't do that.
That's no longer a rule. Used to be able to jump from out of inbounds to out of bounds, call the timeout in the air. That's no longer allowed. That's an out of bounds play. And we got a sub right here. Darren Patrick subbed out Donovan Grant, who made a couple threes and had some nice finishes around the rim in the first half, subs in for TSF.
Great move.
Josh Ado, I'm telling you, that kid can play. I know he hadn't shot the ball away from three, but I've still been impressed with his game today. Because he can put it on the floor and go get it.
He's played well. He's been aggressive. He's definitely been aggressive. He's not shy.
And they have him guarding a four-man in a lot of situations. Kai probably got a little too tricky with the ball right there. Tried to round the back pass that went out of bounds. Too high for Jordan Wilmore. He's looking at Jordan like he thought he should have caught it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he could have caught that one, Coach. I think I mean, they list him at 7'2". I think he may have needed to be 7'5" to catch that one, Coach.
And he's not Sean. Is that Sean Bradley?
Yeah, that's Sean.
Manute Bowles.
Manute Bowl, yeah.
Not a whole lot of those dudes running around no more. Yao Ming. Timeout. Skills Factory still up 21. Combine has played better, but still hasn't quite chipped into the lead the way we would have anticipated or hoped if they're going to try to make a run in this game. But it's going to be so many more possessions that have opportunities. Josh Ado is going to have to make shots from the perimeter, though.
He's definitely going to have to make some shots, Coach. And from what I'm seeing, they've gotten some open shots. They've gotten some open shots. They just got to make them.
It's been like that all game.
Most
like I said, they just got to make them.
And they got to make better decisions in transition. I think it would be okay if they would shoot a layup in transition. I'd like to see somebody shoot a layup in transition and not shoot the three. The three's not falling today. See if you can get to the basket.
Take whatever the defense gives you, Coach.
Definitely.
Dribble handoff to Italian Brown. Prosper with the ball, swings it.
Oh.
Big fella just ran straight through Josh Ado.
What if I?
That had to be a foul on Jordan Wilmore right there. He ran straight through Josh Ado. I don't know how that could be any other call. Okay. Yeah, they got to get a big fella out of the game. Just like you talked about earlier, Quanto Martin likes physical guys, and I'm pretty sure that Jordan Wilmore is not intimidated by contact.
Not at all. Another long three ball.
By Rajon Blackwell. Jalen Galloway has to improve his ball handling, decision making in transition right there.
Definitely tough shot. This may have been the only decision Kenny Burns that wasn't a great decision today. Otherwise, he's played a great game. But that shot right there, they probably could have got a better shot. And when the point guard shoots the ball in the corner, someone has to get back. Got to get transition numbers.
Have to. Should be your 2 and your 3 probably sprinting back in that situation so you have good floor balance. Had a great block by Jalen Galloway in the corner on Italian Brown for a 3. Roberson was coming in, playing from the other team. Was a little shaky with it. Nice kick. Actually, if I'm Jalen Galloway, I would have took that one.
Yeah,
that's
Coach,
a good shot for him.
Yes, that was a great shot. But you know what I think? Coach has got on them over there, told them they need to get some good shots. So I don't think he wanted to take a quick one, and maybe they were trying to get something established in the post.
What they tried to get it in to Casotto, but again, he has to get a little bit wider in his base and physical. He's got to catch those balls. He has smaller guys on him. There's no way they should get tipped away. Great hustle by Josh Ado in the corner, too.
Definitely. I think with the big fella, I think he's got to be able to bend his knees a little bit more. I don't think he's
flexibility.
His flexibility is not quite there yet. So if he's thinking about taking that jump to the next level, which, you know, I've heard, he's got to get some lower body strength to help him be able to, you know, hold guys off on the post and also finish plays against guys that are his size. And
then even on the other end of the court, to try to push guys off of their position, you have to have lower body strength.
Definitely.
Again, they're putting Darren Patrick in a bad situation where nobody's coming to the ball, no screening action, no cutting. He's turned the ball over 2 times on baseline out of bounds.
That's what you got to do. Attack the rim. See if you can get him in foul trouble. See if you can get the clock stopped, Coach, to see if you can chip at this lead from the free throw line.
Great attack by Rajon Blackwell in transition right there. Got into the shot blocker's chest. And again, we're not sure if they're great shot blockers anyway, so I say just drive it and be aggressive and go at them because they're not trying to draw charges. As you can see, Casotto right there tried to block the shot. Great drive by Blackwell, getting 2 shots from the line.
I actually like this Blackwell kid. He's pretty aggressive, Coach. He made a couple plays there, you know.
Hadn't had a lot of turnovers. I think he's a pretty good player. You know, I think he can definitely play at the D2 level and in the right situation be a backup at a lower D1. What do you think?
I think so too, Coach. I mean, from what I've seen today, I mean, obviously, you know, you would like to see a guy more than one time, and we haven't had the privilege of doing that. But from what I see today, I agree with you.
And you just made a great point for all evaluators and guys who are, you know, whether you're a college coach, high school coach, scouting service, you should try not to make an evaluation or have an opinion on a kid unless you've seen him 2 or 3 times in multiple situations, because that way you get a better feel for who he is as a player or who she is as a player.
Oh,
I like this Josh Ado, man. Oh, I'm sorry. He's
now,
aggressive in transition.
He
man.
reminds me of a kid that you recruited at Georgia Tech that went to the NBA. He doesn't have that size, but his aggressiveness and kind of his body
a little
build.
bit of a burst, too.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Guy you recruited at Tech that's in the NBA plays for Minnesota now.
Josh Okogie.
Josh
I did
Okogie.
not recruit him. Chad Dollar recruited him, but I
Okay.
inherited him and coached him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got to give Chad his props on that one.
Okay. Good job by Dollar in finding that one.
I tried to recruit him at Georgia State. He big time, and we still laugh about that to this day. He acts like he didn't big time me, but he definitely big time me. And obviously it was the right decision because things have worked out well for him.
It really has. Really has.
This is Donovan Grant at the line, shooting two. Made both free throws. Has a little bit of an awkward release, but he's made a couple threes, shot the ball away from the free throw line. He's a pretty solid player.
That's a tough shot.
Tough shot.
Tough
And
shot.
I know you're the scorer, and I know you're the guy, but he can get whatever he wants. He probably can be a little bit more patient and try to get to the rim.
And they were chipping into that lead. Got to give it to him down there. Got to finish that. Good job.
I like the fight from Emmanuel Prosper, though. He tried to front him, kept battling, didn't give him a layup.
Well,
And
actually,
even though Kai's a great free throw shooter, I still rather him earn it at the free throw line.
I would too. I mean, the last possession, 24, we say his name was Prosper.
Emmanuel Prosper.
Marion Prosper did an excellent job of fronting him, and they couldn't get the ball to him. And that's where I think Kai has to get better. He has to get better at establishing post position. You know what I mean? He has to get lower, especially when he has a smaller guy guarding him. He got to be able to get post position down there because every guy that he plays, whatever level he goes to, there's going to be some guys, maybe not quite as tall as him, but there'll be some taller guys with a little bit more girth, and he's going to have to be able to establish himself in the post.
And that goes down to the base and the lower body strength that we've discussed on multiple occasions that he has to improve at. But again, he just comes and knocks down his two free throws, and it just makes it tough when the guy just doesn't miss from the free throw line.
Definitely.
And then there, Coach Rob Johnson for TSF has done a great job subbing those guys in. He starts them together, but then after that, he kind of gets into a rotation where just one of the 7-footers on at all times. So it keeps them fresh, and I just think it makes it tough for the other team. And a bad turnover for Combine right there.
TSF with a little pressure themselves.
And I think it's bothered Combine more than Combine's pressure has bothered TSF.
Exactly.
Roberson out there, nice drive to the rim. Glad to see he's okay. The refs made him come out early when the ball got bounced off his head, but he's back in, being aggressive off the ball screen and attacked and tried to get to the rim with the left hand.
Combine has to find a way to chip back into this game, Coach. I mean, they've taken some tough shots. They've had some opportunities. You know, they've missed a lot of threes. I don't think they probably only made 1 3 this half. They've probably taken about 7 of them.
I would agree.
They're getting some things in transition, but they're just not finishing plays.
And then just attack the shot blockers and try to get those guys in foul trouble, because your best bet is if you can get Ty SOTTO or Jordan Wilmore in foul trouble, or maybe both of them in foul trouble, and now you can get the game down to guys all your size. Now you can play.
TSF in the press again.
Glad they didn't force the free right there. Now, if I'm Joshua, though, I just go one-on-one right here. Shot blocker wasn't at the rim.
Great drive. Great drive.
He's
I like it.
crafty around the rim, too. Has finishes from different angles, can finish with both hands.
Aggressive, Coach. I like his aggressiveness. I mean, his shot not falling from the perimeter. He's still putting it up. Obviously, he's this team's go-to guy.
He is. I think he's strong, too. I think a little stronger than he looks and a little bit more athletic than he looks at the rim, too.
Gotta have those. Gotta have those.
Can't miss free throws when you're down 20. You got to find a way to chip away. As you just saw in the replay, that was a great drive against Jalen Galloway, who's another wing with size. He was able to get in there against 3 guys and get to the free throw line. Now they get a chance to set up their pressure because he made his free throw.
Oh, great.
You see his burst? He got a little bit more of a burst than it looks like. His body doesn't look like it's an athletic body, but it's something there with the jumping and the speed.
Coach, I like this kid.
Nothing against the programs that are recruiting him, but I'm not sure he can't play at a little bit higher level, Coach.
You know what, Coach? And seeing him today, again,
It's
this is
just
our
a
first
one-day
time seeing him today.
evaluation. Yeah.
You know, obviously you talked to the coach, and the coach has said he's been playing well, and he's obviously their lead and go-to guy. But today, from what I see, I would agree with you, Coach.
I think it's a lot of mid-majors he can play at.
I think so, too. And, Coach, you coached at a mid-major and was very, very successful at a mid-major in Georgia State. Could he play at that level?
I would have for sure taken him at Georgia State. And also, at the mid-major level, I think the biggest thing is style of play and fit.
Okay.
And Coach Hunter, who was the coach at Georgia State when I was there, is now at Tulane, doing an excellent job as well. Like guys who could shoot and who could score.
Big fella has to finish that
He's got
one,
to
Coach.
finish, though. At least one of those. He had 3 opportunities at the rim. And he liked guys who could shoot and who could score, and Josh Ado can do both. So I think he would have been a great fit. That was Toya Solomon, who's shown some athleticism in the first half when he had a nice dunk. He probably should have dunked that one, but they were able to get a steal, push in transition, And now they got to find a way to make these free throws and cut into this lead. I think all levels are about fit, but I think the low major and the mid major level are about fit a little bit more, because I think a guy who somebody might see as a D2 guy, if he fits in the system, he can play at a low major or a mid major and get away with it, because the athleticism isn't going to be at such a disparity as it can be in a high major where you can get exposed.
Definitely, Coach. I definitely agree with you. I also even think that at the high major level, just looking around, if you look around the NCAA, especially this year, the teams
So
that
much parity, right?
there's a lot of parity. Ah, that's a tough pass to try to make to the big fella Kai.
That was Darren Patrick, who's had some. I think he has the vision to make some plays, but doesn't have the touch, and he's had a couple turnovers in situations where just a little bit more patience. He could have completed the pass.
To get back what I was saying about the NCAA this year, it's a lot of parity, but also when you look and being in the game as long as you and I have been at the high major level, at the mid major level, both of us have been at both levels, all levels. I've gone away a little bit from looking at rankings.
I have too.
And just kind of looking at fit and looking at guys that are team guys. Because I think if you really look around the NCAA over the years, most of the guys that are one-and-done guys, and their teams don't advance very far in the NCAA. So you kind of
A la Ben Simmons.
Exactly. So you got to kind of pick your poison. Nothing against those guys that are coming to college to be one-and-done.
And if you can get them, it's hard to turn them down.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
But if you're trying to win and win at that level.
And build a program.
A la Villanova. That's what they've done. They kind of gone away from, I won't say high-ranked guys, because that's not fair to those guys that are highly ranked, but they've kind of got a fit to their system, and they've taken off. And
Gonzaga.
Exactly.
It can be done, and like I think it's about, do you fit the style? Do you fit the system? Do you fit the culture of that program? And are you a winner? Are you a high IQ guy? I think all those things matter even more today than they have at any point. Come out trying to get a little pressure right here in the 1-2-2. Great job by TSF with the patience. They have chipped away a little bit. They got it down to 18, but they got to find a way to get it under 15. Kai's just too skilled when he catches the ball around there.
If he catches it that deep, I'm not sure if the referee should have called 3 seconds there, because
he was in there for a while.
In the paint, Coach. It's tough to keep that guy out of the paint. Good drive.
I like that, and that's what a lot of guys are going to. I'm not going to call him James Harden, but James Harden is great at getting his body into you, keeping the ball high and protecting it away from you, and then finishing at the rim. This is Emmanuel Prosper right here. Good drive, got into his body, knocked him off. Nice touch for the and-one finish.
Great finish.
See if he can finish off with the free throw. That's a big play right there.
Good job, Coach. These guys, they're chipping. Seems like they're chipping. Oh, great read on the press.
Good job with the read. He's got to come up with that, though. That's either his third or his fourth foul, too. And now TSF is in a 1-and-1. So that was actually a big foul. They're in a 1-and-1 with 13 minutes left in the half. That's gonna be hard to come back. They'll be shooting free throws the rest of the game.
Coach, it'll be hard, Coach, unless they're gonna knock down some threes and keep these guys off the free throw line, which they haven't been able to do. You also got to win the foul game. Got to be able to play defense without fouling. That's a big thing that I've learned over the years. The teams that foul the most, it's hard for them to win games. If you can play defense without fouling, play good defense without fouling, and
don't turn the ball over, make your free throws, you're going to win a lot of games.
You're going to win a lot of games, Coach. You're going to be in a lot of games. Easier said than done, though.
Especially the way the game is being called nowadays, like we talked about earlier, no hand checking. It's harder to pressure out further on the court, because if a guard is quick and he gets into the body, and we got the flopping a la Trae Young when he throws the head back.
Hey, man, stop talking about Trae Young.
Please,
back to the game.
Don't at me at anything, guys. Just giving you guys an example, trying to put a visual together for you.
Tough shot.
And he's taken a couple of those. That's Toya Solomon with a couple of jump shots, and I think he probably can use his athleticism and his speed and get to the rim on the bigger guys. Kai has a mismatch, but Josh has battled him when he's gotten down there against Kai. Not just too little right there, though.
Too little. And he hung on the rim a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the referees are paying attention to 3 seconds in the lane. Combine's coach looks like he's trying to get the refs to understand that, hey, man, we cannot guard this guy in the paint if you just let him sit in there for 3 seconds.
And we definitely can't let him hang on the rim for an hour.
There's your guy, Coach.
Josh Ado gets to the rim. He has all the spin moves, all the tricky finishes, loves contact. I'm impressed.
I like him, Coach. I like him, Coach. What do you see him at at the next level? What will you see him as?
I think his first notion is to score. So you can play him at the wing, but I also have seen him have a crafty enough handle and be able to make passes with the right and left hand where he might be able to be a combo or a guy who can play spot minutes at the point. So he's shown some versatility, and he's also battled and fought down there in the post. So maybe a little bit of floor action depending on what level he goes to.
Definitely, Coach, because he has the size. And you looking at a guy that probably going to be able to put on muscle with that body.
I would agree, because that's probably all natural. Nice drive right there. And he's made some plays today. That's Donovan Grant getting all the way to the rim. He's been more of a perimeter guy, but that time he put the ball on the floor and was able to get to the rim and finish, even through a little contact. Rajon Blackwell has been very solid off the ball screen right there. And Emmanuel Prosper has to make those kind of plays and put them in a situation where you get them back in the zone. Nice 3 off the step-back jumper by Prosper.
Man, Prosper looked like he got a little game, Coach. He's made a couple plays here.
A little bit of wiggle, right?
Last couple possessions that, that really impressed me.
That's him on the step back on Kai Sotto, who's a much bigger defender. And again, we talked about this a couple times. The way the game's going, Kai Sotto's going to have to be able to guard guys on the perimeter because most fours, I would say Kai's more of a 4 than a 5, even though he's 7 foot, just because of his style. Can put the ball on the floor, shoot the ball from 3. So you're going to have to be able to move your feet and guard guys who can make plays off the dribble, similar to what we just saw.
Definitely. He's definitely going to have to be able to do that. I think that's probably his transition, his next step that he has to make in transitioning to the next level. He has to be able to slide his feet a little bit.
I agree.
Obviously, a coach will get him and protect him as much as he can, but
At some point you can't hide, though.
The way the game is being played, Coach, everybody's playing small ball. Everybody's really playing with basically 4 guards out there. So you have to find someone for him to guard. And a lot of times you got guys that are playing 5 out, with fives that have good size around 6'6", 6'7", that can put the ball on the deck.
Who's just a dog.
So it'll be a little bit tough for him.
And we just saw 2 highlights of Kai Sotto in the post, and you alluded to this 3 or 4 times tonight. He's in the paint for 4 or 5 seconds at a time. So,
Coach, I'm going to check it out here because I'm sure the coach drew a play up for him out of the timeout. I'm going to see how long he stands in this paint.
He's in the paint right now. Still hadn't got out of the paint, Coach. He's been in the paint this entire possession. His foot just got out the paint, Coach. He was in there for 7 seconds right there. 7
seconds, Coach. I don't know if Felix, the referee down there, Felix used to coach at South with the Cab. Not sure he's looking at the 3-second call.
He's got to take his time to make that one.
Two good shots.
Kenny. And Kai was in the paint for about 6 seconds before the rebound.
Coach, it's going to be tough for Combine to come back here if they're not, going to rebound the ball, try to establish something to get 30. Big Kai stopped.
I agree. It's just, unless they can find a way to make him grow, it's going to be hard. And I don't think they can make him grow in his last 11:34.
I don't know, Coach. Maybe they got some spinach over there. Good job.
I don't think that's going to help. Not tonight. Has he missed a free throw?
Coach, I haven't seen him miss a free throw. I'm very impressed with him, Coach. I'm very, very impressed. I tried
to give him the commentator's curse and missed the free throw, and he still didn't miss. I think college would be great for the development of his game.
I think so too. Good pass, Prosper. Great pass.
That's the athleticism that we want to see
from Patrick.
From Toya Solomon, but he hadn't shown it for some reason.
I thought that was Patrick. That's Solomon.
For Toya Solomon. This is Patrick. Patrick is on TSF.
Okay. Sorry about that, Coach.
Nice
great pass.
Good play by Kenny Burns. And this guy, he catches everything around the rim and can finish from all angles.
Great hands, Coach. Great hands.
Blackwell forced that one. Got very fortunate to get the call. Forced that one. But he has a very crafty handle, can create separation on his shot, takes care of the ball. He's a good, solid point guard. Has a good feel for the game.
Real solid, Coach. He's done. I mean, obviously his team is down today, but he's done a pretty good job of, trying to get guys involved. They just missed a lot of open shots.
And I'm not saying the guards from TSF haven't played well, because they have played well. But the huge disadvantage for Combine is that they're just smaller. And the TSF bigs have just totally dominated them. If you just want to go guards to guards, they've actually competed.
They have competed. Actually have done a good job. Obviously, I don't think Kenny Burns has had the same second half that
As
he
he did
had
in
in
the
the
first.
first
I
half.
would agree.
But he's still playing well. They're still up. You know, it's hard to keep guys' concentration when they get up by 20.
It is, and they've been up 20 the majority of the game.
Great read in the pressure.
Nice pass with the left hand.
That's how you break a press, coach.
Big time right there. And that was Patrick right there. Great read. We talked about him a couple times, and then he hit 15, who's a guy who's on the second team as well, Micah McAllister, for that three-point shot. He normally plays with the high school team, but he's playing with the national team today.
That's a big-time shot, coach.
I like the left-handed pass off the dribble. That's a difficult pass to make. They must drill that and work on that here.
They have to, coach. That's pretty skilled. That's big-time skill.
Rajon Blackwell, I'm telling you.
Great pass.
And he's made those plays over and over and over again today. Good finish by Dorian Hill underneath the rim. He's another point guard. They're trying to play two guards at the same time, probably trying to speed tempo up. Nice finish underneath the rim.
Good
Another
job.
shot that I think Kai probably has to block.
Oh.
You got to catch that. You got to get on the floor for that.
Oh, good hustle. Good hustle.
Yeah, his hip's going to hurt in the morning.
Yes, it is. Oh, great hands.
Catches everything. Josh has got to attack right there. He's got to see that the big guy is running slow. He should have attacked in that situation.
Oh.
Blackwell was a little out of control, but again, he's crafty enough with his handle that he was able to keep the ball alive and get to the free throw line. And he has a chance right here to cut it to 16, which would be as close as they've been in a while.
Coach, I think the ref gave him a gift right there. If they could, make these two free throws here, Coach, we may have a game. TSF hasn't played well
In the second half.
in the second half.
Yeah.
They haven't.
Just, human nature when you're up, like you talked about, I think it's hard to just keep your foot on the pedal and just beat a team by 40. It's just hard to do that.
It is. It is.
First free throw by Rajon Blackwell. And I'm sure after the second make, they would like to make this so they can set up in their pressure.
If they can get a steal right here, Coach, we might have ourselves a ball game.
No communication. Good job by Kenny Burns right here.
Foul. To the foul line. Can't foul, Coach. Can't foul.
Especially when it's probably two shots at this point. I mean, they were in the 1-and-1 with 14 minutes left.
Oh.
I'm confused. Did it reset after a certain time? After the first? Okay, so maybe after the 10-minute mark, it reset? It's got to be one of those rules. Like, remember they did that in NIT a couple years ago?
Got to be, Coach.
Good
Great
patience.
pass.
Patrick's got to catch that. Combine can cut it down to, they can get it to 14 here or 13 with a three. Oh, Rajon got to keep his dribble alive in that situation. And that's one of those threes he's been taking. Toya Solomon. Yeah, I mean, you got a big guy on you one-on-one. You got to try to get out. You got to try to beat him off the bounce to see what's going to happen. Good block by Toya Solomon right there. Josh has got to attack. There's no bigs in the game. Got fortunate.
One more. I had a guy in the corner.
He did. I'm still glad he didn't force it, though. Now they're on the glass. Combine's playing harder right now. They just need a couple shots to go down.
Coach, they've had some looks. They're going to go back and look at this film, and they're going to realize that if they had made a couple of these open shots, they would be in this game.
I would agree. And then take a couple of these shots that they've taken as well. Patrick coming off the ball screen. Wilmore didn't dive. Michael McAllister with the drive.
Okay, big fella.
Big fella's got to make that. Josh, though, you got to attack in this situation. Probably should have gave it up. Now it's too late. Now you got to go finish it. Should have gave it up earlier. He actually had a guy for a layup. Kenny with the drive. Good kick.
Great pass.
Great play. That's big time.
That's
another
a great
good decision.
pass, Coach. That is a great pass. He's played very, very well today. Very, very well.
Matt Davis with the three. They can't take the ball from Blackwell, though. Yeah, can't take that in there, Blackwell. You got to know it's a 7-foot guy in there. Wilmore looked around. He looked at us, gave us the look like, come on, tell these little fellas don't come in here at my house.
Wilmore is a big dude, Coach.
He's like a grown man in here.
He is. He is.
Coach got subbed in Jordan Brown for Emmanuel Prosper for Combine Academy. Rajon with a deep three.
That's your guy, Coach.
If he can make shots consistently with the handle that he has, I mean, I think he can be a good player at the next level.
Coach, I do too, Coach. TSF is taking some tough shots.
They're just forcing. They're akin to the same game the Combine is. They're just coming down and shooting threes.
Oh.
Ooh. Great job by Kenny to keep that dribble alive. Rajon Blackwell took a little bit of a gamble, tried to get a steal in transition, trying to force it. They haven't been able to get under 16 in the second half. It reset its end in
Appreciate
bonus.
that, Felix. Because we were thinking they were supposed to be shooting free throws over here, sir. The referee just came over and told us, you know, the fouls reset when 10 minutes left in the game.
I'm not sure. I know they did that in the NIT a couple years ago, but I don't think any level does that. So I'm interested to see where they got their rules from. Tough shot by Patrick off the ball screen read right there. And that's a big human being that you have setting that ball screen for you.
Yeah, it's hard to get over that one, Coach. Hard to get over that screen.
Or under. Number two for a Combine subbed in for the first time. Stanislav Pedos. Got it down to 14.
Coach, I think if I'm Combine, I'm going to put the big fella on the line, Wilbur.
And see if he can make it.
I'm going to go Hack-a-Shack.
Is it too early to go Hack-a-Shack, though?
Coach.
We got a running clock going now, too.
Coach,
they stopped it.
Coach, I'm going to put him on the line and see if he can make one or two.
He didn't look. He looked good shooting the ball in warm-up, but in the two free throw attempts he had today, he missed both. Patrick with the three in transition. He's actually made a couple late. I still don't know how I feel about that shot, but he just made one. He was in rhythm. He was open. That's a tough one by Rajon Blackwell there. Those are the ones that him and Josh Ado, even though they're the best two players, they can't take those shots when you're trying to come back and dig from deep. Because now Jalen Galloway gets an open look. Ball tipped out by Josh Ado. Coach trying to get him a little mini break. Down 17 with 6:30 left. Jalen Galloway with a nice finish, man. He's played well.
He has played well tonight, Coach. I think, like you said, if he get his handles where he needs to get them, because he has a pure shot, he could be a next level guy. And
Not
I'm
a bad
not talking
athlete either.
NBA. I'm talking about next level, high major,
College.
mid.
Yep, I agree. Nice three by Toya Solomon. Roberson with a nice lob.
Great pass to the big fella. Sometimes that's all you got to do for a big fella. I'm sure he's going to be aggressive defensively down here.
He got a little pep in his step after the
He
lob.
did, after the dunk, Coach. Sometimes you just got to look at him. Get down in the stands. Look at him, Coach.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, actually.
Coach, anytime you get those big fellas to dunk, you know this. You get them a dunk, they get a little hype. They either going to come down and play good defense or foul, Coach.
One or the other. Nice three by Jordan Brown in the corner. Now they're chipping into this lead again. It's down to 15.
Combine got a turnover out of the press. Patrick dribbled over into the coffin corner and got trapped over there, had nowhere to go with the basketball.
I'm not sure I would have went offense, defense in that situation, tried to get Josh Ado back in there. And Toya Solomon looks like he has some tools. Right there, he caught in the post, showed a nice little lefty over the right shoulder jump hook.
Definitely athletic enough, Coach.
Oh, my God. But he settles for jump shots.
Oh.
What's Jalen Galloway going to do right here? See a little athleticism? He's got to finish that. Right there, he's got to catch that little butterfingers on a quick pass. That could have been a layup, went right through his hands.
Worst place to turn the ball over, Coach. Baseline out of bounds, Coach. Worst place. Those are supposed to be some easy points. You're closest to the basket. Got to execute in those situations, especially when you're down.
And I think that those plays are magnified. In the NBA, I think they do the best job in, after timeouts, baseline out of bounds, sideline out of bounds. College, I think there's a little bit of a drop off. Teams are more concerned about just getting the ball in bounds, not turning it over. High school, it's all over the place.
Hit or miss, coach. You hit or miss in high school. I mean, obviously, even in college, we hit or miss. That's why we always try to get it in.
Just get the ball in.
Just
Don't turn it over.
Don't turn it over. Just get it in.
In the NBA, they're actually trying to score.
Well, working for an NBA coach last year, Avery Johnson, I mean, he was big on baseline out of bounds. I mean, we would spend hours on baseline out of bounds in practice. Sometimes we would be like, Coach, you're not going to have that many possessions of baseline out of bounds, but I think that was something he carried over from
That's
the NBA.
what they stress in the NBA.
And we really worked on it. And we did a good job on baseline out of bounds. Oh,
Fella. Great hustle. That's a situation where Jalen Galloway's got to be a little bit better in transition. Matt Davis right here.
oh.
Little athleticism. Okay.
Matt, rim tickler.
Combine, they got to get their best players back in. And now it's ballooned back up to 19. Clock guy's taking 3 or 4 seconds off every time the ball goes up bounds, so he's trying to get out of here.
I think he is.
He is trying. I've been watching him. He's doing it every time. And I don't think the combine guy saying anything because it's by 20. If it was by 5 or 6, it'd be chaos in. If he makes that, I like this Josh Addo kid, man. That's a good play.
That is a good play.
And that was a better shot. He didn't force that one. Roberson's not bad. Roberson's coming here and push tempo.
Coach got good speed, made some good plays.
He's the one who threw the lob to Wilmore early. Good fight. Good fight by both teams. Hopefully Ado's not injured his wrist right there. That was great hustle by Donovan Grant. Getting after that loose ball. He's played well today, too. They've had a number of guys who have played well.
You know what? For the score being what it is, I think both of these teams have competed, Coach.
They have. And I'm a little torn, too, if it's a lack of defense or if it's a number of possessions because it is 98-82 with 4 minutes left on the clock.
Coach, that 24-second clock, I actually think they need to do that in college. I like to see college and the NBA, excuse me, start working together because I think there's a gap.
Did they take the shot clocks up?
Oh, maybe they did, Coach.
I saw them doing something at halftime. I thought they were just moving them to a better location to see them. But I don't see it anymore. But the guys are still playing as if the 24-second shot clock is going.
So, in the middle of the game, maybe it was just a first half situation where they were testing it out.
The horn was going off. They didn't like the way it was going, so they moved away. And they obviously it wasn't necessary because the guys are getting the ball up quick. We didn't have any shot clock violations.
None
that was even close.
Exactly. But, you know, going back to what I was saying.
Oh, Kai, don't do him like that, Kai. Don't do him like that. Please don't score on him after that. Hit him with the old school fake over his head, get him to turn around, then win one-on-one on him.
Kai's pretty skilled, Coach.
He is. I don't think Jordan Brown appreciated that. I see him saying something. Jordan Black appreciated that. He's saying something to his teammates, but you shouldn't turn around, Jordan. You can't turn around.
You can't turn around on the pump fake.
Find out what happened later, Jordan. You got to keep looking at him, make sure the ball's not gone.
I think Kai, Coach, I think he's probably teetering around 20, 25 points here.
And 16, 17 rebounds.
And no missed free throws.
He's got to be at 25. I mean, he's made 12, 14 free throws alone.
And he's made all of them, Coach.
Made a 3. Tons of finishes around him. He might be at 30.
But guess what, Coach? We'll be able to see the book after.
But we will. If there is a book, because they say, who knows. Toya Solomon, he likes that jump shot.
He does, Coach.
Good pass. Oh. That's that Rajon Blackwell with a good aggressive for good hands.
TSF has done a great job of passing the ball, working it around.
They're taking better shots.
Oh, great move.
That's Michael McAllister, again, who normally plays with the high school team. Him and Robeson have come in and played well.
Oh.
Blackwell tried to, he had showed a little aggression right there, didn't he? Let me See, the fans didn't quite agree with that call.
They didn't agree with the call, Coach, but I think the referee might have got that one right,
Me
Coach.
too, me too. But I do see a little bit of a left hand push off, but I'm pretty sure it's a foul 90% of the places you play. Blackwell makes the first.
Coach, I'm gonna get on the phone today, man. I get a lot of calls from lower level coaches, man. There's a couple guys out here I think that could play at lower level, D2 level.
I would agree. That schools haven't heard about.
Exactly. Now, obviously, there's a lot goes into, recruiting kids. You got to, transcripts and grades and things of that nature. But
SAT scores.
exactly. But there's a couple of prospects out here.
Then you want to find out what's their personality. How are they going to fit into our culture? Do they work hard every day? Are they a team guy? Are they getting in trouble in the hotel? Are they getting in trouble on campus?
Goes back to that evaluation process, Coach, that you talked about. We're just seeing these guys one time. So, Coach, I got a question for you. So, you've been coaching a long time, got a lot of experience. What do you do? How many times does it take for you to see a guy?
I like to see him at least 3
Okay.
before I make a determination on what level I think he is. But if I want to actually take him and recruit him, I would like to see him 5 times. And one of those times I would like to be a practice. I want to see him at a practice one day because I want to see how he interacts with his teammates when the crowd isn't around. I want to see him play against a zone defense. I want to see him play against multiple man defenses. I would love to see him play against a pressure physical team. Obviously that's a perfect world and it's hard to get all those scenarios. But once you've seen all that, you have a good idea. But just as important, that we just touched on is what kind of kid is he?
Definitely. What's your guy again, Coach, scoring a bucket?
Man, Josh Ado, he's a monster around the rim. Who are his good friends? Why are they friends? What's his home situation? And that doesn't mean you're better if you got a 2-parent household than a 1-parent household. But are you close with your family? Are they into academics? Did they go to college? I want to know all that about you to try to formulate the best picture that I can, so that I can present that to the staff and make sure that this is a guy that fits our program.
Coach, if we get a turnover here in the 3, we
got
got
a ball
game.
It's 13 points.
TSF.
Patrick has made some good plays, but he's also been sped up, and I think that was a travel right there. Kenny Burns.
Pass.
This is a big play right here. Oh, my gosh. And if he is Josh Ado and Josh gets a chance right there to score that basket and cuts it to 11, they took 4 more seconds off the clock. That could have been big.
Got to be careful hitting his head up against the wall over there, Coach. I don't think that's a pad.
I don't think it is either, and I like the competitiveness, but you gotta be don't hurt yourself out here.
Oh.
Nice play by Galloway.
Nice play.
He plays at his own pace.
He does. Galloway is a smooth basketball player.
Man, Blackwell does not turn that ball over. Dunk that. He does remind me of Josh Okogie.
Yeah.
Not as big, not as long. Josh Okogie has a 7-foot wingspan, so he doesn't have the measurements, but he has that same kind of tenacity.
I love Josh coming out of high school. I thought he was a really good player.
Yeah.
He was a really, really good player. Played really, really well in the EYBL down the stretch.
Can't teach motor.
Can't teach motor, Coach. Can't teach it. And, I was surprised when he left Georgia Tech. I was probably one of the guys like, why would he do that? But you know what? Did a good job. Whoever his agent was, he obviously played well.
Was great in the combine.
Great in the combine. I actually was at the combine, and he did a really, really good job. And I'm happy to see him. Happy to see him. I saw he got his jersey retired the other day. That was big
Shiloh,
time.
yep.
It's big time. I saw you were there.
Had to be there to support my guy. And Shiloh's having a great year, by the way.
Coach, Shiloh's really good.
Play well as a team. Play about 11, 12 guys. Physical, tough, defend. I think they have a chance to make a run at the state championship. Their 2 losses to Grayson have been, I think they lost in overtime one time by 2 and another time by 1. So they played Grayson, who has been by far the best team in the state of Georgia, really, really close in both games.
Coach, I can't wait to see this action. I know Grayson is right now. They got Grayson as the favorite. Obviously, I hadn't seen Shiloh play, but I've been hearing a lot about him. I've been doing a lot of traveling around, but I can't wait to the region tournament, state tournament, just to see who comes out on top this year, because I've heard some great, great things about Shiloh.
Just a good team. I don't think they have any prospect that's going to jump out the page to you that are really super exciting. I'm not saying they're not bad players. They're good players, but what they are is a very good team.
Okay.
Defend, play at a good tempo, play for each other. And again, they're deep in their bench, so they're bringing guys off the bench that are the same level. So they just keep coming at you on waves and waves and waves.
Like it. I like it. Kind of like, what was the team? Was it Meadow Creek last year?
Yes,
But Meadow Creek did have some guys.
they did. Jalen Benjamin, people slept on him. Jalen Benjamin's a bad boy, and he's done really well at UAB too.
I've heard.
He's their leading scorer as a freshman.
I like him.
Just a smart, tough player. 14-point game, minute 30 left.
And a bad turnover by TSF there.
Bad turnover.
Especially this late in the game when you have the lead.
Rolling the ball at the court. Rajon Blackwell's got to make a quick, good decision here. Try to get to the rim or kick it out.
3 ball.
Mayor Prosper fouled on a 3.
Tough. Coach, we may have ourselves a ball game here. If they can knock down these 3 free throws, get the press set up. These are the pressure situations that you talked about that you would like to see some kids that you're recruiting. You'd like to see how they handle the press.
And they don't always have to play well, but how do you handle adversity? You know, sometimes you're not going to play well, but are you going to be a bad teammate? Are you going to fuss at everybody else? Are you going to pout? Or are you going to learn from that and come back and be better next time? Because it happens. It's going to happen at the next level too.
I'm not sure. TSF coach, I think he may be a little bit frustrated with Burns because Burns had a couple crucial turnovers in the press. But
probably need him in this situation.
Probably need him in this situation, especially knowing that Combine is going to press. But, you know, obviously I'm not one to do, you know, quarterbacking from the coach.
We're not with them every day, so, you know, we don't know the situation.
Don't know the situation at all. So, and they've been up the whole game, so he's made some great decisions, great subs, and they've done a good job.
Man-to-man pressure, run and jump. Go over the top. Roberson does have speed. Handled the press pretty well right there. I think they got a foul.
I like this Roberson
Coach said
kid.
no foul. Me too.
You know who he reminds me of?
Nice cut. Who?
Eric Barkley.
Nice. Haven't seen Eric Barkley. I heard that name in a while.
Good defense. Good
Jalen
defense.
Galloway, man. I'm telling you, he's long. He can do some different things. A better athlete than you think. This Roberson kid's not bad. He made solid decisions. Maybe that's why Coach Rob Johnson got him in the game.
I guess so, Coach. He's
Good
not
patience. Bad. That was Darren Patrick with a nice pass to Jalen Galloway for the backdoor dunk.
Galloway's another guy that's played well today. Look, he may have about 20 points. I think
He
got away with
definitely
the
has
foul.
20.
Definitely got away with the foul right there.
But I like the way he's competing all the way to the end of the clock. We got 32 seconds left, up 16, still contesting shots. I like to see that.
Coach got to play all the way through the whistle. I think we had a situation in New York Knicks the other day where, you know, guys were a little bit mad at Crowder, which I understand. But, hey, man, you got to play through the whistle. Play all the way through the whistle.
Man, Morris just totally disrespected him in the postgame talk. Did you hear the postgame?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Totally
But
disrespected him.
He came back out and apologized. I think he said some things about female that's probably not going to – I think he probably got a big-time fine.
In today's day and age, you just can't say or get away with that stuff anymore.
Definitely.
It's viewed as insensitive.
Very. Coach, 109-95. We've had a lot of points scored here tonight.
I don't know what I was anticipating, but I wasn't anticipating 200.
I definitely wasn't anticipating that, Coach.
That's not what I was thinking coming into tonight.
Definitely not.
The one thing we can say is that we got to see everybody's offensive package.
We did. We did. You know, there was no shortage of game by guys. They tried to give you everything they had, Coach. I think they knew you was over here. They know you're going to be coaching pretty soon.
I don't think they had anything to do with it. I just think that's how they play. But it was good to come out and watch them, and I've enjoyed being on the broadcast with you and picking your brain, and hopefully everybody at home has enjoyed listening to us.
Coach, I really appreciate you inviting me here, man. This is big time. Hopefully we can do this again. I know during the playoffs we're going to probably, you know, get a couple calls. I'd love to do some of these playoff games.
Me too. Because that's when you really find out about guys in the playoffs. Yeah. Everybody can be good in the regular season. What are you going to do in the playoffs when it really counts?
There it is, Coach. Ball game.
111-95, Skills Factory with the win. Combine Academy came out here and fought hard, but at the end of the day, Skills Factory was just too big and too strong. SOTTO was super impressive. Jalen Galloway was impressive. I really like Josh Ado on Combine Academy. What are your thoughts as we finish up?
Coach, I like Kenny Burns today, Coach. I thought Kenny Burns played well. I think they were saying this is his first time moving over from the 2 to the point. I thought he did a great job. I thought Combine fought hard, but I think the size and experience of TSF really hurt them. And obviously they didn't make some shots. They had a lot of open shots, and they didn't get a lot of them to fall,
Yeah.
especially in the second half. They made a couple plays, but, hey, man, sometimes the shot not falling. So
Got to figure out another way to win the game.
got to figure out another way.
All right. Well, I enjoyed it, man.